A big thank you to our sponsors this week, Reps, Carter County Extracts, and the Outrun Snack Bar found at Allison Hill. You can find more information about these companies on Instagram at the below addresses. And if you would like to find out about sponsorship information, please reach out to us at Moon MT Media on Instagram.
I loved it just a little too late. I loved it just a little too late.
All right, we got Matty Griswold with us tonight. Wow, man. Love Too Late.
Yeah.
This song really kind of hit home with me, man. It was had a few emotional moments listening to it through the headphones. Clearly, it's about a little bit of a breakup situation. So, wow, man, it's awesome. Tell us a little bit about that, and just maybe how the song came about.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me, and thank you for resonating with the song. I appreciate that.
Heck yeah.
I try to write about my real life, and as I live it, I write it, I suppose. And it's just one of those things. I was going through a breakup and needed to get it off my chest, and I articulated by all the things I could have done that I didn't do, and you never know a good thing till it's gone, I suppose. So that's kind of what the song is about, and
Sure.
It is one of my favorite originals to play, just because I'm able to take myself back to that moment very easily.
Yeah.
And but all is good. So I appreciate you.
Yeah, heck yeah. There's just a lot of soul in it, man. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in a town called Lilburn, Georgia.
Okay.
It's sort of in between counties. It's about 30 minutes outside of Atlanta.
Okay.
So I grew up there. It's not I wouldn't call it a very musical place, but it's my hometown. It's suburban Georgia. Nothing too special about it, but I have a lot
Sure.
of great memories.
Well, where did some of the inspirations come from then for the soulful sound and the acoustic bass and all that?
Yeah, so inspiration is kind of in my life has just kind of come from a lot of hardship and a lot of struggling, things like sobriety and just feeling like I didn't fit anywhere. So growing up, that was sort of the inspiration.
Gotcha.
So.
What about musical inspirations?
Musical inspirations. I was always I was introduced to like early John Mayer. I was always an early John Mayer fan.
All right.
So I liked his acoustic stuff. And then, I grew up on 90s country, so I'm a big 90s country guy.
Sure.
I think like the structure of my songs, the way they're built is very 90s country.
Got a little George Strait and Garth Brooks. And
Yeah, I love it, yeah.
good singer-songwriters. Gotcha.
Yep. So, I think some of that is ingrained inside me, just, the Tim McGraws and the things like that, even though I'm not a country artist.
No, I get that vibe from you. Listening to your song, man, it's a little bit more on that almost like a Justin Timberlake flow or,
Nice.
acoustic jam. Like we were all jamming here for sure, man. Yeah, tell us a little bit about just how songs come about for you. Like what's the process like?
Yeah, so, I just write songs about my real life, things that I've been through, the way it's impacted me, the way I've impacted other people. So, like, I kind of just have to keep living my life. I try not to sit down and write a song that I think people want to hear, because,
Right.
It's just not my best stuff. So yeah, as I've gone through life, I'm 32, so I've lived a little bit and still have a lot to go. But you know, I've just kind of written about my life as it goes, and when inspiration shows up, I sit down and I write, and then I just continue to live my life, and you know,
Yeah.
hope it comes back. Yeah, I'm blessed when it does.
Yeah, I can completely relate to that for sure. Like those moments of inspiration that come about with songwriting they're special, you know.
For sure.
I know you spent a little bit of time out here in Colorado. You said you were based in Breckenridge for how long, I guess?
Yeah, I moved out to I was working in Philadelphia for a little while, and moved back home to Georgia, and was just sort of kind of going in and out of getting in, you know, trouble and getting sober, and like cleaning up, and then and it was just kind of a whirlwind. And you know, I talked to a friend of mine, my childhood best friend, and he was coming out to work for the ski resort. And you know, growing up in Georgia, I remember the 2 times I saw snow. You know, that's how little we saw it.
Wow. Cool.
So, and I was just like, why not? Why not just move across country? You know, my life's not going all that well in Georgia, and so, you know, why not give it a shot? So I moved out to Breckenridge from Georgia to literally work for the ski resort, and was up there for 3-4 years.
Okay.
And you know, I will say that I did find out pretty quickly that, you know, just because you move places doesn't mean you change as a person, really.
Get that.
So I still had to do, and still am doing, like a lot of soul searching and stuff, and a lot of work on myself. But,
Sure.
I am thankful. I love Colorado.
Sure.
I didn't think I would love it this much, but Colorado's been an absolute blessing for me. I've met so many awesome people, great musicians,
Yeah.
just, you know, just good people in general. So I'm thankful for the move out here, but it has been, you know, a little bit rocky. No pun intended.
I get that. What brought you to Steamboat? Or I guess this area. You're living in the smallest town I've ever heard of up here.
Yeah, so I
McCoy,
work,
right?
Yeah, so I work on a dude ranch in a really small town called McCoy.
Killer.
For those people that don't know, a dude ranch is a guest ranch where people come and stay for the week, and they get to ride horses and, you know, shoot guns and sort of learn the Western lifestyle, I suppose. And so I work there, and we come to Steamboat for the rodeos.
Uh-huh.
The first time I came to Steamboat was to buy a cowboy hat, and which I'm not a real cowboy by any means, but I wanted a cowboy hat, so I came to Steamboat, and that was 2 years ago. Was my first time in Steamboat, and I liked it a lot. And now I'm back at the ranch, and you know, this is, I think, my 3rd time in Steamboat, and Steamboat just has a certain vibe to it that I can really resonate with, I suppose. You know, it's a little Western. They call it hippies and cowboys, I guess, out here.
That is definitely Steamboat in the moment, for sure.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't know much about either world, but I'm somewhere in the middle of the two, I suppose. But yeah, I love Steamboat so far.
Yeah. You were saying that you get to play a little bit of music at the Dude Ranch too, and that.
Yeah. So I help host a pack camp trip. People come up on their horses and spend 2 days in the woods camping.
Okay.
And we host them up there. We cook around the fire. We play games with them, and sort of, you know, we take them camping essentially. And at the end of the night, I pull out the guitar around the campfire, and I get to sing for the guests. So it's a pretty awesome job. It's hard to call it work sometimes.
Wow. That would be an amazing experience to do a Dude Ranch and then finish it with a Matty Griswold performance.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Do you play some of your originals when you're doing that, or is it mostly covers? Or
it's covers and originals. You know, I've got a couple of funny ones that go well around the fire, just to make people laugh, get them kind of loosened up, and then we play some covers. I play some, you know, some Stapleton and, you know, things that people want to hear when they come out to a ranch. And
nice.
And I'll try to sneak an original in there every now and then. I'm not the best at introducing my original music because, you know, it's hard to for me, I don't know why, it's just hard for me to be like, hey, here's a song I wrote, I'm like way more comfortable in this sort of setting than I am around a campfire for some reason.
Recording studio, most people aren't comfortable in, so that's cool you say that.
Yeah.
You were saying earlier that you've written over 70 songs, so.
Yeah, I wrote them down pretty recently. It took me a while to I just sat there with the guitar and like thought about, when I started writing, at a young age, and I think I had 76 on the list, and then 10 or 12.
That's incredible, man.
Halfway done songs. Yeah.
Sure, and do you have, I guess, a pool of songs that you're performing with, or how's that work when you have so many to look from?
Yeah, so there's 20 to 30 of them that I'm super comfortable that I could play at any moment and
That's
really connect
impressive.
with. And then there's some that are sort of obscure,
Sure.
that are super personal, and I still would play them and stuff. But I kind of base it off my best friends too. Like they have known me. My two best friends have known me since I was 14, 15 years old, so they know every song.
Wow.
And so I kind of base it off their opinion as well, and what they've seen over the years out of me, and so some like "Love Too Late" is one of them that both of my best friends would be like. One of them actually told me that I should play that song for this podcast thing, and I took his advice and played it. And,
cool.
And I'm glad I did.
Yeah, no, I mean it's amazing, man, for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, with your progress as a singer-songwriter, have you played in bands before too, or has it just been pretty much solo stuff?
It's been mostly solo. I've jumped in with a few house bands and open mics back home, and once or twice maybe in Breckenridge. It's hard to find musicians that are really, really talented that have the time to practice. You know what I'm saying? All the and I know a bunch of talented people, and they all have projects going on, which is amazing, and I love that for them. It's hard to get a group of guys and girls together to form a band.
Sure.
I would absolutely love to play with a band, but I've just always been a solo act.
Cool.
But yeah, getting a band together is definitely something I would love to do. But like I said, it's hard to get people to.
Yeah. No, I hear that.
Yeah.
So with that question, I mean, what's the future look like for the next few months? Or are you playing any gigs coming up, or?
So I don't have anything booked right now except for the campfires.
Cool.
I'm going to finish out the season ends at the season ends at the Dude Ranch at the end of September.
Okay.
So I'm just going to enjoy my time there, away from the normalities of life, I guess. I don't even know if normalities is a word, to be honest, but it sounds like it is. So
No, I think it is.
Okay, I'm going to use it either way. So, but I'm going to just enjoy the rest of my summer at the Dude Ranch and play around the campfire, and I'm hoping to play some gigs in Steamboat.
Cool.
Through the winter, and I'm also in the process of getting a cover album recorded, just a live album, just sitting around playing covers, something that I can put out on YouTube or some sort of streaming service to have something that people can go to, because a lot of people ask me, can we find you on Spotify and this and that. So that's all in the works. But for right now, I'm just gonna take it slow for the summer and start planning some things for the winter time, I think.
That makes us feel extra blessed that you came here to play with us tonight, man. That's really cool.
Yeah. No, thank you guys for having me. This has been awesome.
Yeah. So I wrap up most of my podcasts with one question, and that is, what advice would you give other singer-songwriters who are trying to navigate this crazy world of digital recording? It's difficult to be paid. It's difficult to find your space in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the first thing I would say is something that was said to me by my childhood best friend. His name is Johnson, and that would be, good place to start is write the truth. Write the truth about your life, the experiences that you've been through, the way it's impacted you. Write that. That's been where I've started or tried to start in my songwriting days is to get it out of here and onto an instrument and use my voice. But yeah, write what you've been through, and write the way it makes you feel, even if it's an ugly truth. I'm saying people would rather hear an ugly truth than a pretty lie, I think. And in terms of the digital world and how music has changed and monetizing it has changed, I don't know that I have any real advice because I haven't conquered it myself. But I would say get out and play music. Sure. So many people are trying to make it from their bedrooms, and you can do that too. But get out and go to the open mic nights and book the gigs and move across the country and give it a shot. Because the world of listeners is out there as much as it is in the digital world. The people want to see you in person as much as they want to see you a 30-second clip of you. So people, get out and live your life and give it a shot. And that's what I've tried to do, and it's been a hell of a ride, but I wouldn't change it for the world.
Oh man, I love that. That's some excellent advice. Hey, thanks again for being here.
Yeah,
really appreciate you, brother. Cheers.
Yeah.
And now, the encore performance of Love Too Late by Matty Griswold.
Midnight struck, she closed the cover to the open book. What I would give to give it one more look, but she's seen enough. The page was blank, the final chapter wrote herself that day. The title line read Love Too Late, and not enough. And I'm in trouble, I admit, living with the consequences. I loved it just a little too late to make her wanna stay. After all the chances she gave me, the woman can't be blamed. I took a little too long to show her what she's worth. And after all I did wrong, I know now it's not what she deserves. Found someone else to keep my mind on. I'm up at night and I still got the light on, wondering what it would have been had I only changed. I loved her just a little too late. I loved her just a little too late. There's not one thought, there's no remorse for all that I did wrong. Been forever since I talked to God. Did he hear me out? All I said was I recognize the kind of man I've been, and it caused me to lose a real good friend. She's long gone now, and I'm in trouble, I admit it. Living with the consequences. I loved this a little too late to make her wanna stay. After all the chances she gave me, the woman can't be blamed. I took a little too long to show her what she's worth. And after all I did wrong, I know now it's not what she deserves. She found someone else to keep her mind on. I'm up at night and I still got the light on, wondering what it would have been had I only changed. I loved her just a little too late. I loved her just a little too late. That fire in her turned to steam. All the time we spent apart, she cried over me. I loved her just a little too late to make her wanna stay. After all the chances she gave me, the woman can't be blamed. I took a little too long to show her what she's worth. And after all I did wrong, I know now it's not what she deserved. She found someone else to keep her mind on. I'm up at night and I still got the light on, wondering what it would have been had I only changed. I loved her just a little too late. I loved her just a little too late. I loved her just a little too late. I loved her just a little too late.
Hey, thanks so much for being with us on the moon tonight. Be sure to join us every Thursday at 5 o'clock for new original content from our studio. And if you need to find us or reach out to us, you can do that through Instagram at MoonMTMedia. Cheers.